Hey everyone, grace and peace. This is Charles here with your Midweek Recharge. And this week I want to talk about standing on the shoulders of greatness. It's Black History Month. We reflected on that a little bit last week, and I just got finished watching a 6-part docuseries hosted by Will Smith on Netflix called Amend. It's about the 14th Amendment and all the ways in which marginalized and oppressed groups have found a path to equity and a greater share and distribution of wealth and access to resources through the 14th Amendment. Really powerful docuseries. Definitely recommend you checking it out. And it reminded me actually of the story of John the Baptizer. Now, you may be familiar with John. He's referenced in Scripture as kind of this wild man that was out in the desert in these more remote regions. Kind of think of it as the rural area. And he's preaching this really revolutionary message, this idea that something great is coming, that the region, the people, the culture is on the precipice of this great revolution, and that people need to get themselves ready, and that he's announcing this revolution. He himself is not leading the revolution, but he's announcing it. He's preparing hearts and minds so when the revolution comes, people are ready. And almost in the next breath, it's like the camera pans and here comes Jesus walking down the road. And John's like, that's him. That's the guy that I was just talking to you about. He's the revolution. He's going to bring about this great change. And for much of our history, for marginalized people, for the descendants of former enslaved peoples in this country, we are standing on the shoulders. We are reaping the fruits of the labor of John the Baptizers, called Frederick Douglass, called Ida B. Wells, that laid the path for these gains that we're beginning to experience, and more to come, and recognizing and appreciating that we still aren't yet in a society where all men are acknowledged, all of humanity, all people are recognized and celebrated as equal. But there's a path. And I want to encourage you this week to be open to being the shoulders upon which someone else stands, and being okay standing on someone else's shoulders, because that's how progress happens. Lifting each other up one generation at a time. Let that be your recharge.